Hey everybody out there. Today's lesson will not be about cooking. It'll be about prepping something so you can cook. Now, with the way gas prices and electricity prices are out there in the world and our country, I figured I'd show you guys how to take one of these brand new carbon steel woks and season it, get it all cleaned up and such, get it ready so you can do most of your cooking outdoors. I know I focus a lot on grilling and smoking, but I wanted to show you a device that you can use to do most, if not all, of your cooking outdoors and save you some money on your air conditioner bill so you're not heating up your house cooking. Okay, it's important to note this will be the only time ever that you will see me put soap and hot water in this wok. After this, it's hot water only, a little bit of elbow grease. Once you get a wok just seasoned, just like a cast iron pan, you don't want to get soap in it again. It'll take some of that coating off. So I'm going to get some hot water and some soap in here, scrub it clean, and then dry it. And the next time you see me, we'll be at the egg, getting this thing warmed up and ready to season. All right, second phase. We got the egg right about 250. I'm going to open the top up. Should have a nice good bed of coals in there. Just keep in mind I got the top totally open. Bottom's totally open right now too. I'm not done with the climb. I want to get it a little hotter, but I also want to get this wok on. So I know you don't need to burp when you're such a low temperature, but I am. Here we go. Now, as you can see, I have the egg expander in. Egg expander fits perfectly with the wok. See there? And the wok's going to start heating up. It's going to get like a black, bluish color to it. Let's talk about some of the other equipment we have going on for this cook. And I say cook because I'm actually cooking a wok, right? I'm going to be getting it hot. I'm going to be getting it seasoned. We're going to burn a lot of oil onto it. That's basically what you're doing when you're seasoning something. And it's the original Teflon coating. So, got me a barbecue glove because, well, as you can see, this wok has handles and I don't want to accidentally go grab one and burn myself. Please don't burn yourself either if you're doing this. Canola oil, paper towels, and tongs. And I'll show you the first application of the seasoning oil once we get this thing up to temp. Should be about where we need to be. The temp's back up on the egg, so let's see how this wok's looking. There we go. It's that blue-black color that I was talking about. So now, what we do is we take one of our paper towels, fold it up, get a nice little bit of canola oil on there, and we're gonna wipe this around the entire wok. All right? Yeah, there we go. That's that good smoke that you want. Sorry. You just want to coat this whole thing the best you can with oil, all the way up. Get it good on there. Then once it's on there, we're gonna let it cook and burn off for about 30 minutes. Sorry, 15 minutes. Then we'll come to our next application. We're gonna do this at least 5 times, maybe more depending on how it looks. Good. All right, there we go. It's on there. Close it. And at this point, I'm gonna lower this significantly. I don't want to get it hotter than about 350. Check back in 15 minutes. Okay, here we are, 15 minutes later. 15 minutes later, let's see how things are looking. Before I open it, I'm going to do something different this time because I got up there a little bit in temperature. I don't want to get any higher than this. So when I open it, I'm going to close the bottom vent and get it all good and secure. And the reason why I'm worrying so much about temperature, I know I'm not cooking anything, but I'm worried about flash point on the oil. That's the point where it catches on fire. I don't want flames inside my wok. I want the oil to burn off correctly. I'll reopen that bottom vent once I apply the coating. Hey, look at that. It's looking okay. Good dark color. Now, I've also decided I think I'm going to spare you guys the having to watch me do application after application. So I'm going to pause this here. I'll do a few more applications and we'll check back with you guys after about the 5th one. We'll see how we're looking. Okay, we are back. I've done my 5 coats as promised. Close the bottom. Here we go. Closing the top. Let's see how it looks after 5 coats. Nice, nice. So I'm going to take this a different direction than I was intending in the original, but let's see how this looks. First of all, I'm going to take another paper towel. I'm just going to go through this real quick and see if there's any loose oil left. Doesn't appear to be. This is going to be a good seasoning right here. Look, there's really no oil. There might be a little discoloration that comes off, a little stickiness. That's okay. Then I'm going to do this one more time, but this time I'm not focusing on up here. I'm not going to be up on the outer edges of it. I did that intentionally because I want to block the rust that's going to form. This is a high carbon steel. So treating it like that is going to prevent it from rusting. And there's some non-sticking stuff, but when you're cooking in a wok, you're cooking down here, right? You're cooking in this area, this region. That's mainly where you're cooking. You might get some food sliding up on the side or something when you're tossing it around, but for the most part, you're going to be cooking down there in that dark circle. So that brings me to my idea. Since the beginning of this film, I was basically baking this stuff on. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it one more coat. And this time, instead of closing the lid, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this lower section, get a nice little coat of oil on here. So this is number 6 coat. Get it on here, get it good. Then I'm just going to leave the top open for 15 minutes and just let this kind of sear on instead of bake. I'm not going to focus on the whole thing. This is it. That's all I'm doing right here. I got that bottom vent closed. All the airflow is going to be coming from the top. That's going to be where the airflow comes. That's going to be the control. We're just going to let this thing go for what it knows. So 15 minutes like this. Got it coated around really well. Not going to bake it this time. It's going to kind of cook off. So I'll show you that when it's done. Okay, we're right about the 10-minute mark, and I wanted everybody to see this. Look, it's not even smoking anymore, right? So the oil's pretty much burned off, and it's just kind of varnishing and shellacking now. Here we go. I moved it. I actually rotated it, so now this front side's getting a little hotter than the back, so we're still getting a little smoke off that. But this is what you're looking for when you're looking for that ultimate, you know, curing or seasoning of any metal. Wok, cast iron, skillet, Dutch oven, that kind of thing. Now that the temperatures are getting up so high, everything's burned off, we're getting to that flash or smoke point. But a couple more minutes, I'll be shutting this down. I'll take the wok off, set it over there to cool down, and we'll be all good. All right, that 6 coat was something awesome. This wok is totally ready to go now. It's very, very hot. I'm not going to touch it for quite some time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cool down out here. I don't know if you can see it. Some of the oil's actually turned into carbon, so that last one really got it where it needs to be. What we're going to do is we're going to let it cool down out here naturally. Then I'm going to go inside. I'm going to wash it with some cool running water and a soft cloth. I'm not going to try to scrub it or anything. No more soap. Remember, I told you that was the only time soap or detergent's going to touch this thing in the beginning. And then I'll do a very, 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 like 2 drops of oil on the inside, rub it around just to prevent it from rusting. Again, high carbon steel, so you got to do a little bit of maintenance with it. And then I'm going to set it aside, and I'll be using this in a few days to make dinner. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll hopefully film it for you. Okay, here it is. It's been cooled, and I just put like a 1/4 cup of cold water in it, wiped that around with a soft cloth, got out any, you know, ash or carbon that built up or anything like that, anything that came off, anything hard. It is slicker than snot in there. I went ahead and did 5 to 6 drops of oil, moved those around with a paper towel, and I got the entire inside in here. I also got like an inch around the rim.